Today, we're diving into a popular post from the Reddit titled as, Update. IATA for telling an employee she can choose between demotion or termination. This post received 48,907 upvotes. Posted by absolute_failure. The post reads as follows. Reposted with mod approval. Original post. https://old.reddit.com/r/amithas/comments/on-x/IATA_for_telling_an_and_choose/TLDR. Things turned out well for everyone involved. Peggy reached out to me yesterday, apologized, and asked if we could meet for lunch. We met up, and the first thing she did was apologize again. For the no call, no show, and also for her reaction to my response. She admitted that she knows I'm not sexist, or ableist, IDK if I spelled that right, there's a red line under it, and explained that she was lashing out due to her mental state. I accepted her apology, and offered one of my own, both for giving her too much responsibility too quickly, and also for reacting out of emotion. She explained to me that she had a major issue on Monday, and without getting into too much detail, I'll just say that it was the anniversary of a bad thing. She's taking all of her accumulated PTO, approximately 9 weeks, and we've agreed that going forward, I'm not going to put her on the schedule on that day ever again. She's admitted that she's not up to the role of manager. When she returns, she will be in the role of lead cashier, a role I created specifically for her. This way she can keep her raise, and not feel like she got a demotion, but rather a lateral transfer. I've also let her know that if she ever feels like she's up to more responsibility, she can let me know, and I'll put her right back on track for the manager spot. I've also let her know that if she's ever in a position where she's not able to call out, she can simply text me a thumbs down emoji, and I will accept that as notice that she will be missing her next shift. She's agreed that that will be okay, even when she's out of spoons. I appreciate all of the approximately 6,000 comments my post got, even the ones calling me tall. Thank you all very much. I want to specifically address the folks who explained spoon theory to me, as well as those who commented about Peter Principle. Those two types of comments very heavily influenced my actions. I was able to better understand both her issue and my own failures as a leader because of those comments. Hopefully we can both move forward from this unfortunate incident and end up better for it. A comment from user TinyExtreme4127 says, "We love a good outcome on this sub. Especially when both parties communicate what's going on and they're listened to." This comment received 15,160 upvotes. A comment from user Chessie_cat says, "You're like the best boss ever. I could die and my boss would pull out a Ouija board and ask if I got a replacement. Can I work for you instead?" This comment received 6,382 upvotes. A comment from user Project Crazed says, "Man, if only management in all businesses had the integrity you do." This comment received 1,626 upvotes. A comment from user An anonymous user says, "Sounds like a great outcome, and you are a good person for understanding her situation, whatever it may be, and accommodating her needs." This comment received 970 upvotes. A comment from user JCACCA says, "You've definitely done a wonderful job with following up with her, not just professionally but personally. I hope she continues to thrive in whatever capacity and role she holds with you and the business." This comment received 489 upvotes. A comment from user Fromage de Nuit says, "I'm getting skin tingles from how awesome this turned out. As a manager myself, I'm going to use this example and your actions to help me in similar situations in the future. I'm truly impressed by your ability and willingness to support this employee while retaining extreme professionalism. High five, pat on the back, well done op." This comment received 285 upvotes. A reply from the original author absolute_failure says, "It makes me really happy to know that my experience can be used to help others, thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful cake day." This reply received 155 upvotes. A comment from user Redditor 191389 says, "What a wonderful conclusion. Good job." This comment received 371 upvotes. A comment from user Kitty in Space says, "Holy shit. I'm so impressed. You are a great boss. It takes a lot of guts and humility to do what you did. Now, where are you? Lol. JK, not really. Where are you?" This comment received 176 upvotes. A comment from user Mims94 says, "This update made me cry. I wish my past bosses were as kind and considerate as you. 10 years ago today I had a really traumatic thing happen to me, and I still take the day off. Google the date and you'll find it. Some bosses never wanted to understand how it affected me years later. Please know that you seem like an amazing boss. The creative solutions are pinched fingers, pinched fingers, pinched fingers." This comment received 217 upvotes. A reply from the original author absolute_failure says, "Google the date and you'll find it. No need. I know what that piece of human excrement did. I hope you have a good day, and that you aren't suffering too much from the past today. Best wishes." This reply received 135 upvotes. A comment from user Outlandishness New 259 says, "You are an amazing boss." This comment received 194 upvotes. A comment from user Boss LeVay1 says, "Love these posts. Thanks for the update, op. It's great to see a happy ending for all involved." This comment received 117 upvotes. A comment from user objective_past_8750 says, "What a boss." This comment received 195 upvotes. A comment from user Grumpy Otter says, "My jaw is agape at the 9 weeks PTO. I'm American and that's unheard of. Must be nice. And I'm glad it worked out." This comment received 155 upvotes. A reply from the original author absolute_failure says, "I'm also American. I personally don't think that a 2-week vacation every 4 months is too much for an employee to expect. So I give out 6 weeks a year. Some folks use less than that, so they can roll it over for the next year. One guy traded his for cash, so he was basically getting paid double time for 6 weeks that year." This reply received 261 upvotes. A comment from user Chimerical Trainer says, "That's incredible to hear, and I'm so glad this worked out for you. Her initial response made me extremely doubtful, but she absolutely turned this around, and you being a great boss clearly helped. I'm glad you were able to have a frank discussion and that you were able to preserve the pay increase that showed how much you value her." This comment received 50 upvotes. A reply from the original author absolute_failure says, "Her initial response made me extremely doubtful honestly. Her initial response made me really worried about her. This sort of behavior is not something I had ever seen from her in her 2 years as an employee. The sudden change in demeanor was frightening. I thought she had perhaps had a stroke or something." This reply received 73 upvotes. A comment from user NCNHJM says, "You are a compassionate and generous boss." This comment received 83 upvotes. A comment from user Spicy Pepe 123,456,789 says, "Damn bro, I wanna come work for you." This comment received 43 upvotes. A comment from user Fancy Kitten says, "You're the kind of boss people dream about. Good for you." This comment received 53 upvotes. A comment from user The Moocat says, "Wow, you're an incredible boss. I'm really happy that you both came to a really good conclusion. It seems like she understands where you're coming from and you understand where she's coming from, so being on the same page about that is fantastic. It's also really nice that you've given her these opportunities to let you know if she's ever not well enough to work. I really wish I had an understanding boss like you in the times my job was absolutely killing me. I hope she doesn't disappoint you further and really does well as lead cashier. I wish you both the best." This comment received 49 upvotes. A comment from user Boskabruisker says, "Please share the Spoons comments and the Peter principle. Glad for you both that you've managed to have a win-win. Sounds like a great manager to me. This comment received 78 upvotes. A reply from the original author absolute_failure says, please share the Spoon's comments and the Peter principle. This is a great comment thread regarding the Spoon theory. There were others, but if I linked to them all, I'd probably hit the character limit for comments. As far as Peter principle, I can't find the comments that first brought it to my attention, so I'm just going to link the Wikipedia page. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Peter_principle. This reply received 88 upvotes. A comment from user Taquambat says, what a wonderful conclusion, and with both sides apologizing. This comment received 36 upvotes. A comment from user Mads Ellie says, I am at an emotional part of the month but damn I'm crying here. I have been in your employee's position, and it always resulted in me quitting in shame because I was too embarrassed to speak to the person in your position. If only every business owner was as compassionate and understanding as you. You are an incredible human being. This comment received 31 upvotes. A comment from user Erwin29 says, this is amazing. You're such a great boss and a good human. Kudos on you for admitting that you might not know something and to take the time to educate yourself and accommodate the needs of your employee, that you very clearly hold in high regard. I hope that moving forward y'all are able to continue this kind of communication. This comment received 32 upvotes. A reply from the original author absolute_failure says, for admitting that you might not know something and to take the time to educate yourself. My dad always told me that only a fool knows everything. This reply received 55 upvotes. A comment from user DarkfallDC says, you are far too forgiving to someone who literally left you out to dry. Basic human responsibility is letting someone else know when you cannot fulfill a responsibility they are tasking you with, especially when their own livelihood depends on the task. Being out of spoons is a really stupid, childish excuse, and shows a lack of basic capability that you would expect out of a human adult. Anywhere else would have fired her. Being a no-call, no-show is unacceptable, especially when other people are relying on you. You giving her a second chance proves you are, as stated, a good person. But you are naive. Nobody gets permission to act like a child because they're having a bad day. And now you've given her a new role just for her, so she can keep her raise? I wouldn't cater to people like this. You're just asking for more trouble. Your initial reaction was justified. Your new one shows you can be treated like a doormat, and they will be rewarded for such. This comment received 86 upvotes. A comment from user 15_2 says, YTI. This person acted childish and blamed it on something completely unrelated that happened a year ago, and you reward them with a new position created entirely for them. This won't end well. You have now reinforced their actions, and I guarantee this will not be the end of their childish behavior. This comment received 71 upvotes.